If you ever want to get rid of a body without leaving a trace, find a lake with piranhas in it and dump it there. Not that you should ever do that. I just think it would be the best way to do it if you decide to, because when these things start eating, you can rest assured that they'll leave nothing behind, which is exactly what we're about to see today. You know that story, The Ugly Duckling? Here we have a twisted version of it. A little egret chick, probably dreaming of its future flying days, took an unexpected dip into piranha-infested waters. The first piranha attacked, and since these little monsters can smell blood from miles away, didn't take the rest of them very long before they showed up. The poor chick had no idea what hit it, and before it could even begin to comprehend what was happening, it disappeared into the piranha's stomachs, leaving only some floating feathers behind. We've got a squad of piranhas putting on a show that would make competitive eaters jealous here. They turned on a dead rat that was handed to them, and it was like watching an underwater Thanksgiving dinner, with no table manners, of course. The hungry little monsters did not hold back at all, which makes me really thankful to know that the rat was already dead. Doesn't get any more terrifying than this. Two guys stumbled upon a dead cow's head that was apparently left behind by some predators, and they thought it would be fun to throw it into the murky waters where all the piranhas were. The little demons swarmed in faster than you could say, "Holy mackerel," doing their best not to leave anything but bone behind. Not gonna lie though, this is both creepy and weirdly mesmerizing, like watching a car wash, but for skeletons. The crocodile showing up to steal the meal made the scene even more interesting and more intense when it didn't seem possible. God help whoever makes the mistake of getting into that water. After a river tiger managed to capture a fish and only ate half of it, the piranhas showed up. No creature can get injured and survive around these bloodthirsty killers, and when they picked up the scent of a half-eaten fish, they came to clean up the mess. They did a perfect job as usual, and barely anything was left behind. Next up, we have this guy who decided to turn his living room into a mini Amazonian death arena. He was keeping a bunch of piranhas in a fish tank, and they suddenly decided to turn on one of them, and the guy was quick enough to record it. I don't know if there's a better argument against keeping these little monsters around. If they're willing to eat their own, what did he think they were gonna do to him if he ever slipped? We stumbled upon this aquatic cage match that turned the whole "vegetarians are peaceful" idea on its head. In one corner, we have a pacu, usually known for its chill, plant-munching lifestyle. In the other, a piranha, the infamous water terror. But plot twist, the pacu went full MMA fighter on the piranha. It was like watching a linebacker take on a chihuahua, but the chihuahua winning. Not that the fish was able to harm the piranha or anything, but staying alive around a piranha for more than 2 seconds is a huge accomplishment in itself. The pacu really stole the show this time, proving that sometimes, even the most vicious predators can be defeated if you really try. Terrified of anacondas? This clip might be therapeutic for you. It starts off with piranhas simply swimming around in the murky water, but then it takes a wild turn. They run into a young anaconda, and you'd think that a snake capable of crushing alligators would be able to handle such small fish, right? Wrong. These piranhas were like tiny terminators, and they swarmed the poor snake faster than you could say snack time. With teeth sharper than your grandma's wit, they turned that thing into Swiss cheese. The anaconda was as helpless as its victims usually are, and if it could scream, I think we would have been able to hear it from outer space. What an absolutely horrible way to go. But it's also super fascinating watching these shifts in power dynamics. These red-bellied piranhas were having the feast of their lives, and the main course, one unlucky carp. This is like a fish version of being trapped in a haunted house, except the ghosts have teeth and are very, very hungry. The carp was putting up a good fight, but let's face it, it only brought a fin to a teeth fight. The poor thing was getting attacked from every possible angle, and aside from having chunks of meat ripped off from its body, it must have felt really bad being singled out like that. This poor snake slithered into the water, thinking it was going to have a nice fish dinner. But boy, oh boy, was it in for a surprise. It found itself stuck in a tank with a hungry piranha, and I'm pretty sure its heart would have dropped to its feet if it had any. This is like watching a living, breathing garbage disposal in action. The piranha's teeth were working overtime, like it was trying to win a speed-eating contest. In the end, all that was left of the snake was a few scales and a cautionary tale. If you had to choose, always go swimming with the sharks, not the piranhas. Because what these little beasts lack in size, they more than make up for in attitude. "30 red-bellied piranhas lived in this massive 700-gallon tank, eyeing a dead octopus like it was the last slice of pizza in a dorm room. At first, the little guys were all hesitant, probably thinking, this looks too easy. Then suddenly, one brave, or maybe just hangry piranha took the plunge, and boom, it was like someone rang the dinner bell. All 30 of them went into a feeding frenzy that would make Black Friday shoppers look tame. Sharing isn't really in these monsters' vocabulary, and they were competing to get the biggest chunk out of that dead octopus like it was the Hunger Games. Here's another clip that's been making the rounds. These little water gremlins were going to town on a big old bluegill, attacking it like an all-you-can-eat buffet with a time limit. But then, something strange happened. Turns out even nature's garbage disposals can bite off more than they could chew. The piranhas started doing the underwater equivalent of loosening their belts and groaning. They were spitting out fish bits like kids with vegetables. It was a messy feast, and it's certainly not something that I ever have seen before. Usually, they just keep eating no matter what. Did you enjoy this video? Please let us know in the comments section down below. And don't forget to leave us a like and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. And please, turn on your notifications bell to get notified when we upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.